Pizza people, welcome back. Hope you've been keeping it cheesy. Hollywood Pizza here, and we've got some exciting tournament coverage for you today. It's the top 8 of the PizzaBox Open Standard. Commentary is going to be done by Hamhawks42 and Numbskull. You can find all their content in the description below. You can also find any information on all the tournaments that we host monthly as well. They are all free to play with cash prizes, so definitely get in on that. And I hope that you enjoy the video.
When you have the ride you out on enough creatures, all you have to do is attack, and they're dead before actual damage is dealt. You know what I mean?
That's incredible. Yeah.
It is a really cool deck, and I guess it just came out because Standard did get kind of mid rangey whenever New Capenna came out.
hmm Absolutely. And so aggro players were
Yeah,
have found a way.
yeah.
Yeah. I dig it.
So pretty good starting hand for Charlotte on the play.
Yeah. Tenacious Underdog on 2 with Unleash the Inferno back
Yeah.
into Lulth.
Now,
So
now they're playing the Boros aggro. So Inferno, your your only real hits here are going to be that. Does the Boros aggro run Kumano?
hmm the Boros aggro does run Kumano.
They do. Okay. Okay. So it might Kumano might already flip by the time you resolve that. Well, I guess you could still do it when it's on the board as a creature too.
Yep, it is an
Um,
enchantment creature, so that does
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So you just might get like a nice 2-for-1 on their boards on their like overall creatures, which is pretty good.
Absolutely. No, Unleash the Inferno is pretty sweet. It's a very powerful card, and I mean, I gotta say, like that's definitely a card that I'm looking forward to playing with after rotation because I think Jund is going to be in a very fun
Oh
position.
yeah, I already think
Yeah.
Jun's in a great spot, and I think it's just only going to get better
hmm
after like we're saying we ditch some of those aggro decks.
Oh yeah. I mean,
So
at the end of
here's
the
your
day, like I have a feeling fight rigging is going to be just everywhere after rotation.
yeah,
Just be ready,
and like
everyone.
everywhere in every format.
Yeah, it's just going to be the thing for a while there. Like it's just
As long as there's a payoff for fight rigging, it'll be played.
yeah. It's like, well, I mean, in the exact same set, they printed fight rigging, Titan of
uh,
Industry, and
yeah,
Shakedown Heavy. That cannot be an
it's just
accident.
too
Like
easy, too
it's
easy.
it's right there. Yeah,
So
it
I
writes
guess we're
itself. It's yeah.
setting up for a possible blowout here. You can hit your Sunrise Cavalier and get the Kumano before it flips, and you just main phase that because there's no other play.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that seems great.
Oh, totally. That
Seems great.
negated. I mean,
Yeah,
that is the that's like a textbook 2-for-1.
yeah, that
That's
seems
exactly what you
awesome to
need.
me.
And here
There's
comes another
another
Kumano.
one, but
Okay.
a Kumano on turn 3 isn't as good as a Kumano on turn 1.
Oh,
You know?
not by a
Yeah.
mile. And it looks like 3 to the Dome hasn't played a land yet this turn. It'll be interesting to see. Ooh, and there's a Royal Eruption on the underdog. To be honest,
Okay.
not that big of a blow for Charlotte because
It just comes back,
it just comes
but
back anyway.
you do want to be mindful of, shocking yourself to bring back underdog too many times against
hmm
this aggro slash burn deck. You know.
Very true. That 2 life makes a huge difference. And
Yeah.
the one thing that Royal Eruption play did was take Ob Nixilis off the table for this last turn. But with Lolth in hand, I don't know that that was really a consideration anyway. So,
Yeah. Especially after they killed your underdog anyhow. You know.
mhm.
So I think it's okay to pay 1 life here to get another card,
Yeah.
but okay, so they're gonna swing. Or you think okay, you're gonna casualty the okay, casualty that token for Ob, and
Okay.
maybe make a devil, and then -2 on one, plus on the other, and you can start actually gaining some life here, which isn't a terrible idea.
No, that
And
makes a
then
lot of sense.
that makes your draw off Loth free. Well, not free, but it's a net actual gain of 1 life.
Right. And Charlotte even has the opportunity to play Fable here as well,
That's
which adds
good.
more
So
to the board.
there's your double block on Cathar, or there's your trade for Kamano when it flips. Yeah, this seems like a pretty solid position here.
Absolutely.
You
Now, do you play
also
the Fable
do
here, or do you draw the card off Lol first? I probably draw the
uh
card off Lol first just to see what it is.
yeah. So I think if you plan to draw, you do it first, but it looks like they didn't want to risk any life there
Mhm.
because I think they know this can snowball, unless they forgot. But
yeah, I think that was a choice. I don't believe
yeah,
that was yeah.
yeah, because I think I've seen Charlotte play pretty well today. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they forgot. I think that was. I want to be conscious here because 16 can go pretty quick against a deck like this.
Right. Well, and knowing that the underdog is in the bin,
Yeah,
Charlotte will want to spend some life pulling that back out later. So,
that's true. Yeah, so you want
where
to
do you want to
preserve it
spend those?
now.
The
Yeah, that's
life points
fair.
in this match specifically are very precious. So where do you spend them? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fair. And then now you're looking at wondering, okay, so they both go after the ob token. But now they're
Okay.
reconsidering maybe I want to swing one at Lolth and one at ob. Notably, the devil would not get the death trigger because of Kumano either.
Right. No, that's correct. That's a big deal. Because normally the devil can trade for a 2/2, but it can't in this case.
Yeah, so that's something to. Oh, they go for. Oh no, I
Ooh.
think they just misclicked. They want Lolth. Okay, one at Lolth, one at the token. I think you just got to block for Lolth here. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that makes
Lolth
sense.
also does not go up.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have
Which is
to.
unfortunate. Yeah.
Charm's good.
Yeah. Charm can
I think I'm going to ditch the proving ground though for sure.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, Hogger Mauling. Yeah. I might even draw with Lolth here just to see if I can get that land and then I can play both.
Yeah.
You know.
That makes sense.
But I don't know. Let's see what they do. Opponent down to 8, notably. And this is a situation you don't want to not play a spell this turn.
Right. Oh
Tap
yeah.
land.
You don't want to let the Brutal Cathar flip. That's very true.
Yeah, so I think you don't okay. I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna do charm on Cathar. So they don't
Right,
have to
because
pay
it's not
roll.
targeting. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
makes sense.
fine. That's fine. Okay. That's
Ooh,
fine
if you
as well.
if the charm is the plan for the Cavalier, you got to hit it now, because the moment Sunrise
Yes.
Cavalier drops, they have a choice between the Cavalier or
Oh,
the
that's true. Yeah.
Cathar.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have done it first, took the damage from Cavalier, and then maybe did Hogger Mauling on it next turn.
Right.
But I guess they get the choice now. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think do you think you're just getting rid of the Cavalier anyway? Yeah?
Yeah, probably at this
Okay.
point.
Yeah, so I think that was I think in response, splitting hairs there, it's better to because now you're in kind of a bad spot. You're gonna lose both your planeswalkers here. You're gonna take 4. You're gonna lose your planeswalkers anyway, but
Sure.
Yeah, Charlotte's in a tough spot.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
That's
One,
tough.
and on top of that, the Moonrage Brute there, the flipped Brutal Cathar, if you it has ward for 3 life right now.
Yeah,
So you can target it to get rid of it, but do you really want to?
Yeah, that's a rough. Yeah. So this is where you're right. Charm was the move there in response to casting Cavalier, and then Hogger Mauling the Cavalier on your turn.
Right.
And
I
then
think that was the best. Yeah.
yeah, and then you take 1 less damage anyway. You know what I mean? And then you're yeah, that was a little rough.
A little bit. And I mean, at the end of the day, the Sunrise Cavalier from 3 to the Dome put a ton of pressure on Charlotte. Just that card existing was going to be a problem.
Oh, it definitely did.
Yeah. So that hit in the stack was a great move from 3 to the Dome.
We're gonna grind it out.
We're racing. All right, here we go.
Okay. Because now Charlotte puts them in a position where they're representing lethal, and they're gonna force 3 to the Dome to. Oh goodness. Okay, well,
that's not good.
Alrighty then.
It's not good for Charlotte, I should say. For 3 to the Dome is quite happy right now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because now 3 to the Dome hits that attack all button, puts a +1/+1 counter on Kumano, the etchings of Kumano. Then 3 damage is dealt to Charlotte before blockers can even be declared.
Double space bar. You take 3. You block a 3. You're actually dead here.
I think that's
You're actually dead.
And actually, because of the training, they could have even put the +1/+1 counter on the Raiju, and they would have been fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's also It's
Yeah.
also other creatures you control. So you do still want to do Kumano because then you get an extra point of damage.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Drafting
Yeah.
is the best format for when you don't have any, don't have any cards.
Yeah.
Um, and well, it's the best way to build your collection, but at the same time, it's one of the most complex ways to actually engage with the game.
Yeah,
Because you got
that's
to know
true.
your cards, you got to know what's valuable and what's not within a given environment. You have to not
Yeah.
only play the game well, but you have to be able to construct a deck with very limited,
Yeah.
cards available to you. And you
Yeah.
have to know which cards are good and select them on a time crunch.
It's
Like,
kind of throwing you to the wolves,
kinda.
honestly.
It's pretty brutal, actually. If that's your introduction to the game, like that's. But
But
that
it is
said,
it's pretty rewarding in the sense of getting you the cards that you need and stuff. You know what I mean?
absolutely, absolutely.
And
So, but
helping
that
you.
said,
Yeah.
we did have some technical difficulties. We were
We're
hanging out,
back.
bantering. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and entertaining us on
Thanks for bearing with us, guys.
yeah, exactly. Thank you for bearing with us and for humoring us as we had that fun little discussion. But we are back. We did unfortunately the solution to this particular problem was for our competitors to manually sideboard and do best of one games. For whatever reason, whatever was causing the sideboard bug was continuing to do so. So they will be playing best of one games. This is game 2, and 3 to the Dome does have one game up on Charlotte Evans. So the Boros aggro list is ahead, and they are starting things off with Thalia and the Elite Spellbinder. And Charlotte's hand is actually looking pretty decent with a lot of good stuff in it. But that Thalia is really messing with a lot of those plans, and Spellbinder's going to mess with them even further. And to boot, Charlotte doesn't have a second black mana source, if I'm not mistaken. So that could be a bit of a problem as well.
Yeah, that is kind of rough. It looks like that meat hook is getting fully taxed, so you probably just have to draw another one if you want to use it.
Pretty much, yeah. Because at this point, I mean, a meat hook on 1 would go a long way here, but unfortunately, you need 6 mana to pull that off.
Yeah, that is rough.
Yeah, that's tricky stuff. Now, the Fable of the Mirror Breaker can ramp you 2 turns from now, theoretically. So that's not nothing, but it's not a lot either. And now the Luminarch Aspirant is going to be buffing the Elite Spellbinder. And that's a lot of flying power there. Well, I spoke a little too soon. 3 to Dome has not selected the target yet.
Okay.
I was assuming you'd go on the Elite Spellbinder. I know that's what I would do. I don't know if that means it makes it correct, but it's, yeah.
Having evasion in... I don't know if Charlotte has any flyers or not. So, yeah, I think you just, play to your evasion creature there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the sideboard here kind of just almost going like for a straight up just mono white approach that kind of tax,
Mm.
Yeah,
that goes a long way. Looking at Charlotte's list, I'm looking for answers for the Elite Spellbinder. There is a Bloodtithe Harvester that can be targeted removal that could go a long way.
Okay, sure.
Not if that Luminarch Aspirant gets too many more opportunities
Too
to buff it,
big,
however.
yeah.
There's Hagra Mauling, Infernal Grasp, Raven Feeblement, which can go a long way.
No Voltage Surge, I don't think, correct?
That is correct. I'm not seeing any. But there is Unleash the Inferno, Riveteer Storm, so there's plenty of spot removal that can deal with that.
Okay, Inferno's not bad. It would cost 5, but yes, it'll deal with it. I think maybe on the in a game 2 matchup, 3 to the Dome, maybe you actually board out your Kumanos when you see the unleashes, and you just go straight creatures, so you don't get a 2-for-1.
Not a bad idea.
Keep the Inferno,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you board out a Kumano for Thalia, something like that.
Yeah, that actually would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because not only do you tax the Inferno now, they only hit one thing for 5 mana, and it's just not as good.
Right, and notably, actually, the Thalia in 3 to the Dome's list is sideboard exclusive. There's not a single Thalia in the main, but there are 3 in the side. Yeah, so you're exactly right.
And I thought that was a pretty cool. I've seen best of 3 decks of this Boros list. This is one of the first ones I've seen that had Thalia in the sideboard, and in a tournament, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great choice.
And actually, looking at it further, the Elite Spellbinders are from the sideboard as well.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. They're boarding into a more mono white kind of thing going here, like the mono white tax, as opposed to just the Kumano and the Cavalier, the Raiju, this and that. You know, you
Hmm.
bring in the Spellbinder, you give yourself a little bit better of a chance now. You know.
Right, absolutely. All right, so next turn, Charlotte has an opportunity to attack with the Treasure Goblin and actually meet up for one. That might actually happen.
Not
Um,
terrible.
yeah, not terrible.
Not
It
terrible.
would eliminate Thalia as well as the Luminarch Aspirant. However, they would still be dead to the Spellbinder. And that Cavalier, I mean, they don't have an answer to the Cavalier either.
Yeah.
So,
So maybe it looks like you really can't block here.
no, I don't think so.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's not a good spot to be in for sure.
Now, if you'd swung, it's unfortunate they don't have one more mana because you could almost do if they didn't block with the Luminarch, could do 8 damage on the backswing and meat hook for 2, and that would actually be lethal on the backswing.
Mm,
You just needed one more mana.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
But that comes down to okay, well that Thalia taxed you, you get that Fable down one turn later now. If you get that down a turn sooner, there's your other treasure.
Yep,
And now
absolutely.
you're setting up a possible lethal situation, or maybe you influence how 3 to the Dome attacks or blocks now. Here's
Oh,
a Lulth off the
absolutely.
top that you can't play.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's safe to say that Thalia was just the MVP of this game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, just completely throwing Charlotte off curve and doing a lot of.
Okay, Ray's good. Ray
Ray's
and
not bad.
Seraph?
Sarah's
Okay.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now that you did that, you actually have to swing. Oh, they flashed the good game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
Because
I
I mean, they
guess
can attack with the Treasure Goblin. Yeah, and this is the semifinals. The winner of this match is going to go on to take on the winner of the other match that's going on concurrently here, which is it Control versus Jeskai Control.
yeah,
So one of these aggro players is going to be going up against some flavor of Control after this. Should
looks
be
like
interesting.
looks
The
like we
age old
might
battle
be.
of aggro versus Control.
Looks like we're lining up, so we'll see.
Hopefully things are coming together. All right, so we're looking at Sonic's hand. This one actually looking pretty good as well. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
quite as sweet as that last one, but
not
it's
quite as
still looking.
good, but it's good curve to it though.
Yeah, you
You
got 3
know,
lands. You got Ranger class. You got Chariot and
yeah,
Oddity, and
yeah.
Old Growth Troll just to help fill in the gaps. You'll have to see it.
Hmm.
One more land off the top would be pretty sweet here.
Yeah, I think Sonic would really like if they could. What do you call it? It would really like it if they top deck another land so they could save that Boseiju for a
Hmm.
possible like Kumano. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
totally. Yeah.
I think they would. That's their ideal situation here. And noteworthy, something noteworthy here. Oh, there's a Blizzard Brawl, which we
Ooh.
don't have 3 snow permanents yet. So, but we're gonna have a big old troll, so maybe it doesn't matter. Um, but
Yep.
notably, I know the combo is typically you put the counter on the Luminarch, and then you wait, and then the next turn you swing, and then they both get a counter. But you're looking at a 2/3 versus a 2/2, so you just kind of get in for that easy 2 damage there.
Right.
So I do see why 3 went that route.
Yeah, and you're right. That is not the typical way to run that out, but given the
Yeah,
circumstance, makes sense.
yeah. And now you can go, well, you're not going to, well, maybe you just put 2 counters there and swing.
Yeah.
Make a big old initiate.
I mean, all of a
Yeah,
sudden you
I
can
mean,
square off against the wolf. Guess what? It can square off against your troll too.
he just keeps, he's just like, I don't care what you put on the board. We're going to keep swinging. All right, so
All
there's
right.
another
Ooh,
OGT.
another troll's not bad.
It's not bad. Okay, so I see what's going to happen here. You swing with the OGT, and you probably don't see a block because of trample.
Right.
And then you Blizzard Brawl on the 4/5 because now it won't die. There's your
Right.
block.
Yeah, even without the indestructible buff. Yeah, very nice.
Mhm. So yes, you missed your land drop, but you got rid of that big creature. I mean, 2 Luminarchs on the board, obviously not an ideal situation, but it's better than the having the 4/5 when they had it out. It was better than what it was, you
Right.
know.
Well, and the Luminarch aspirants have an opportunity to put a lot of power on the board. There's no question about it. But when you're
Mhm.
sitting with an Uvenwald Oddity and another Old Growth Troll in hand, and an Invoke the Ancients, if you get there,
Yeah,
and not to mention a Ranger class on level 2, that's okay. Because it
it's
really
pretty
now it
good.
comes down to a
Yeah.
question of who can put out the most power the fastest.
Oh, exactly.
And to be honest, at this point, I'm not exactly sure, especially knowing that 3 is going to be dropping on hasters, in addition to, having 2 aspirants on board already.
Yeah, and I mean, here comes 6, and now you're down to 8 all of a sudden. But oh, that's unfortunate. I missed a land drop again. But another troll can come down, which is good. And then it comes into now you're swinging for 6, and you influence that influences how 3 attacks next turn.
Mhm.
Because I mean, you're looking at being dead on a backswing if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you will force 3 to. Ooh, that's rough.
Oh!
Is that
And
that's
actually with
actually lethal?
the 2
That's
Luminarch
lethal.
aspirants on, that's lethal. That
Yeah.
Brutal Cathar was clutch. Yeah, that Brutal Cathar getting rid of the 1 blocker, the Luminarch aspirants add 2 power to the board. That's Xaxes. Wow.
Ouch. And that's how
But
quickly it can just, you know what I mean?
yep, absolutely. Well, and it comes down to that's actually one of the things I love watching 2, you know, 2 competitive, just just good aggro players facing off against each other. I find it fascinating when 2 solid aggro decks piloted by just excellent Magic players square off. It becomes like it comes down to every little point of damage, every little point of toughness, all of it's relevant.
Yeah,
And that definitely
absolutely.
was the case there because both players were like, no, yeah, I'm the beatdown. No, I'm the beatdown.
Yeah, I
And
know, right?
and if it wasn't for that Brutal Cathar, Sonic would have had it. You
Yeah,
know, yeah, they
yeah,
would have been
I
able to
think
win
so
on the
too.
backswing. Yeah.
And I think, yeah, I mean, one more land drop, and that game is completely different.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I mean, could you imagine a world in which that Old Growth Troll did get an opportunity to block? And then Sonic goes down to, you know, 2 life. But then if there's a land off the top and Uvenwald Oddity enters the fray, everybody
That's it.
swings, Ranger
Yeah,
class.
that's it. That's a
That's
lot of
yeah,
trample damage,
it's
man.
a lot of trample damage.
It's
Yeah.
like 11 trample damage or like 12 or whatever. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It would have been enough though.
Yeah. And so I mean that was an incredibly close game and both
Yeah.
players played it well given the circumstance. Yeah. Like they both stuck to their guns and like this is an aggro deck. I'm gonna be aggro. And especially when you're going up against the mono green aggro list, it is I mean, I'm kind of hesitant to say it this way, but like compared to the mono white list or the mono or traditional red list, it's almost a
Mhm.
little bit slower, but the creatures are just so much bigger.
Yeah,
It feels like it's
exactly.
about a half a
Exactly.
step slower, but it's just everything is so huge.
Yeah. Uh, I think this hand is acceptable. Yeah, it's a lot of lands, but I don't think after last game Sonic isn't going to ship back a hand that only had that you know what I mean because there was too many. I think they're going to say, okay, I'm cool with this. You know.
Hmm. Yeah, we got the Lair of the Hydra down, Werewolf Pack Leader on 2.
Okay.
The Old Growth Troll was the perfect draw.
Yeah. Seems fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I mean that completely cuts off the hopeful initiates attack, which is exactly what you want to do.
Yeah.
Even with the Luminarch Aspirant, it's not.
Yeah. Which I think now you just go counter on the aspirant. Oh,
That's what I would do. Yeah.
yeah. They're thinking about it. Okay. Good on the aspirant. Another land though,
Not
not the
ideal.
greatest.
Yeah.
Not the greatest, but if you have to make a big old lair of the Hydra later, I mean, maybe you'll be glad you had him.
True. Very
You
true.
know,
Yeah, and the
and we're at a
Sculptor being a
point.
2/2 for 2 is a relevant body in addition to its ramp ability, so
Yeah,
that might be a factor here too in the not
yeah,
too distant
very
future.
true. All right, so we got the third land. Ooh, Spellbinder. I mean, yeah, like whatever.
Yeah, this hand is pretty resistant to the Elite Spellbinder.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a particularly big deal. I mean, it would have been nice. Actually, but even with the land situation, Sonic can still play the Sculptor of Winter next turn if they don't tap deck anything else.
Exactly.
Which, I
think
mean, hopefully they
now
do. Like a Ranger class off the top would be pretty nice. An Oddity
Ranger
would
class
be
would be
pretty
nice,
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you're looking at now. I think a Blizzard Brawl is going to become relevant here, or an Inscription at some point, because you're going to need to deal with the Spellbinder. Oh, and there it is.
Speaking of,
I told
perfect.
you. So yeah, you got a Blizzard Brawl, the Spellbinder here, and then while you're at it, might as well swing in. Oh, they're going to do it that way. Oh,
Ooh, okay.
Okay, I see you. Okay, I see the logic here. You're going to draw a card,
Yep.
which is an Essex Chariot, which is a hell of a draw.
It really is.
And they're gonna eat 8 damage. Now you're gonna have a backswing, obviously, but
Sure.
I think they're just gonna say, you know what, as long as I can take away your ability to put counters on that flyer, I'm not that worried about it.
Right.
Which is that's a fair reasoning. And if you get a Raiju here, then that feels bad. But you're still in an okay spot. Oh, there's an Angel Fire. Now that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It certainly is. Yeah, Angel Fire Ignition is a card that I'm consistently impressed by.
Yeah.
And that also triggers the training on the Hopeful Initiate, so
now you're basically flipping the board here.
Kinda, yeah.
But you're still in a situation where if you block with the Spellbinder, it does die. So let's see what they draw. Another Chariot. Okay.
Yeah.
No blocks. I mean, because you're just going to do another Angel Fire and gain 7 life next turn. So you drop a Pack Leader, and then the Chariot Pack Leader gets a counter. Sure. Not bad. Not terrible.
Yeah.
But, I mean, realistically, I think Sonic has to block with... Oh, I see what they're... Oh, wow, this is going to... Okay, so they're going to take the Angel Fire out of the grave, put it on the Spellbinder, swing for 7 in the air that way, 3 damage, a 3/3 with the Bloodthirsty, and then we're looking at a 4/5 with the Initiate.
Wow.
That's what's happening right now.
That's pretty darn impressive.
And yeah, and that's where the Adversary is one of the most underrated 2-drops in the game. Well, I don't know if it's underrated. I think a lot of people use it, and notably just saying, well, I can just go at you with, wow, Flash is the good game, but hey, it's a Blizzard Brawl.
I'm about to say, if they top deck an Inscription or a Blizzard Brawl, that could turn things around really nicely.
And the Angel Fire is gone, but I think Sonic is saying, okay, now I'm going to look. I think they're looking and saying, okay, I know there's 2 Angel Fires.
Okay.
And I see exactly what Sonic's doing here.
Okay.
I see exactly what they're doing. They're gonna they want to Blizzard Brawl the Chariot to Spellbinder to get a swing with the Chariot to make that not killable. And then you're probably gonna I don't know, do you swing with just the Chariot and Trolling? Okay, that's fine.
Oh,
I think what they're going to do is they're actually going to play. They're going to play another Chariot.
I think you're right. Yeah,
and get 2 more kitties and just go in. Not a profitable attack with the Pack Leader, but you put a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, and the card draw was not nothing, but
yeah. Not to mention if you do block Initiate to Pack Leader, then you just threaten. Okay, well then I'll give Pack Leader Trample. And the Initiate still dies. So I think it's a calculated attack, and I think every creature that's attacking is profitable right now.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's actually really interesting, because if I was in Sonic's position, I probably wouldn't have... I mean, the Blizzard Brawl off the top was clutch. That was very important. If it wasn't for that removal to get rid of the Spellbinder,
yeah,
we'd be looking at a very different situation.
So is this like calling a bluff here, or what's going on? Maybe they just didn't think that they had another Chariot. And they notably they keep the Chariot that's not tapped so they could crew again if they had to.
Yeah. No, that's smart.
Now I'm wondering, did 3 to the Dome take that damage because they have another Angel Fire?
It's possible.
or do they not want to block with the Initiate because they can actually take 3 counters off their creatures and take out the Chariot. I don't know if that's a good idea though.
I mean, with that many cats on board, taking out the Chariot at this point, being only at 5, is kind of
Well,
irrelevant.
I think they can't even
Yeah.
they can't even attack at all. They just have to. I think if you animate the lair, it might just be lethal with how wide they are.
Actually, yeah, I think you're right.
I mean, there's 5 cats on the board, dude. Like,
Right?
there's 5 cats, 3 other creatures, and then a lair, and they have a max of 3 creatures. If they don't have a creature in hand, but even then, it would have to be okay. So that's decent, but there's no spell to take.
Right. So it's just the 2/2,
So
which
just
I mean, you
2/2.
need bodies clearly.
You
So
need bodies, okay, and then they scoop. Okay,
yeah,
so
they see it.
that
Yeah.
was it. That really, that
Wow.
second Blizzard Brawl, man, that was everything.
Oh, 100%.
That was every. I mean, both were key, but the second one was everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he said
he said good
he was
game.
prepared to concede.
He flashed a good game. It looked like his cursor was starting to go to the menu, and
he
the
drew a
Blizzard Ball came off the
Ball
top. It's like,
wait,
ooh, wait a minute.
wait,
That's
so you're saying there's a chance.
exactly. Yeah, things changed really dramatically when that Blizzard Ball showed up. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, that's good. We got a game 3 here. It's very exciting.
Absolutely. I love games. Game 3, deep into the top 8. Here we're on the semifinals. And it looks like the other game has reported in the Jeskai Hinata list was successful. So we are going to see Jeskai Hinata versus the winner of this next game as our finals for the day.
Okay. There we go.
Exciting stuff. Can't wait.
No, I wonder.
I'm just excited to get into this game.
I wonder which would do better against the Jeskai. I think that the mono green might have a better chance because although the Boros isn't a tempo deck, so to speak, but it's very big about I drop a creature turn 1, I drop it turn 2, I drop it turn 3. But if your turn 3 gets hit by like Jawari Disruption, that just like you're behind a whole turn now, and that creature's in the graveyard, and who knows if you have another creature, and the whole thing was about you having 3 on the board to apply the pressure, and now you're not applying pressure. Your Cavalier gets countered, your Cathar gets countered, whatever. So it'll be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's going to come down in that matchup of Hinata versus aggro, whichever aggro deck we're looking at here. It is going to come down to who can, does the control deck have the counters early? That's
do we have the Jawari? Do we have Hinata in hand to start? Tax the Blizzard Brawls, tax the Inscription, this and that.
Yep.
Because on a Hinata, wouldn't a Blizzard Brawl cost like 3 mana because you target your creature and theirs?
Yes, that's correct.
Ridiculous.
It's rough, man. Yeah. No, it's one of those things with Hinata. You think about the Hinata Magma Opus combo, or you think about the cost reduction element of it, but that tax is a real factor. Makes such a big difference.
That is rough. Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it looks like we're waiting on 3 to see if they want to keep. Sonic decided to keep because they do have the Sculptor of Winter, so if they miss that 3rd land drop, it's not the end of the world, although you do want to draw your 3 lands here at least. But
right. But I gotta say, sitting on
there's some good 2-drops in hand here that are very impactful to the board.
Absolutely. I'm about to say, like, if I'm playing green and I have a Ranger class and a Blizzard Brawl and 2 lands in my opening hand, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, he already flashed good game? What?
That's interesting.
Maybe because he doesn't have anything?
Well, let's see if that 3rd land comes down. It does. Okay.
I mean, he really should have maybe he feels like he should have played to the board by now, and because he didn't, he might not. I don't know. So what does he have, like lands and burn spells? Okay, I mean, that's a Kumano.
That's gonna flip event. I mean,
but you're also down to 2 cards in hand now.
Right. I mean,
so
being down
a little rough.
Being down to 2 cards with 3 lands and no creatures on board, yeah, it's not where you want to be.
Okay,
Cathar hitting, coming down as a 3/3 because of chapter 2 on Kamana faces Kakazan, and being able to get rid of a Werewolf Pack Leader. Okay.
So I think I'm still going Ranger class, and I'm actually using that Blizzard Brawl. Oh wait, No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I lied.
Not yet. Yep.
Yeah, it got that. It got that counter. I was
Yep.
gonna say I didn't care if it died, but I forgot the Cathar was a 3/3 because of Kumano.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, when you snow forest off the top here, that would make a big difference. And also, terribly sorry we're having some connection issues on the stream, but those should be alleviated here shortly.
There we go.
All right, we're back. All right, so the Brutal Cathar, we got a 3/3. Yeah, 3/3 and 2/2 facing a 2/2 and a 2/1. But those two Blizzard Brawls in hand are just waiting.
Oh yeah,
they're ready to go.
Those
One
Blizzard
snow
Brawls
forest off the top here, and stuff could get
yeah. Snowland's like those Blizzard Brawls. Like, yo, I heard you were talking shit.
Right? Exactly.
Very aggressive. I mean, but now we go to night. It's a 4/4. We missed that land drop again.
Yeah. And now it's a 4/4 first striker with ward, pay 3 life.
Yeah. So you just level the.
You level the ranger class, which you can't afford to attack.
Which it's the only move. You don't have an instant,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's the only move.
It's unfortunate. Also, notably, Blizzard Brawl is a sorcery, so attacking, getting the counter, and then casting it is not an option, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's a fun idea, but it's just that.
It still wouldn't get the +1 because we don't have that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This hurts.
It sure does.
I think I have to double block that Raiju now.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think you have to.
Yeah, I think so too. You don't want to, but what else are you gonna do?
Ooh.
Oh, take it to the face. Okay. That's an option.
Block with your face. Get the land.
Right.
Okay. That's something. You swing, you get the counter on that. Now, do you pay the 3 life? Or how do you do this?
I don't love that.
You don't love that? I think you have to, and I'll tell you why. Because if you play the other Blizzard Brawl, it's gonna flip anyway.
Right. Yeah, so the 3 life hurts. Yeah.
But they're gonna eat you, and they're probably just gonna take your token that you don't get back.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Now you got, I mean, yeah, you're at 7, but okay, now they don't have any creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, you just wiped their board and got your pack leader back.
Yeah.
That's
now
pretty sweet.
Here comes 3 damage to the face though, because they're gonna get the Royal Eruption and take out the pack leader.
Mm-hmm.
But the real question is, and I think you still attack.
Yeah, I think so too.
You're at 15. If you were at like 10, I would say, maybe, chill out. But if you can get them down to 4, and that's 2 play with fires now.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So swing in with both probably, yeah, and then get the counter there.
Yeah,
I think it's got to be Chariot then.
I think so too. You got to get.
It's got to be 2 bodies.
Yep.
And then a counter on the pack leader, that never hurts.
Never hurts. Could have done that pre-combat and got additional damage.
Maybe a pre-combat would have been a more correct there. Yeah. It's 1 damage. Will it make the difference? We'll see.
We'll see. Exactly.
We'll see.
Yeah. I never believe the 1 damage makes a difference, but it does sometimes.
Yeah. It can,
It absolutely can.
Ooh,
here's a Master's Rebuke. That's pretty nice.
Okay, I like this. I like where this is going.
All right. This is things
are
coming together.
Master's Rebuke the 3/3, swing out, and then maybe you just like see how they block. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, let them set some blocks up, maybe even do a gang block situation.
And then
you can Master's Rebuke to, because had they blocked everything on the Chariot there to try to take the Chariot out, which would have been, then Master's Rebuke hit the adversary and both initiates are now dead.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
So there
might be asking maybe a little too much, but
so I think now you just play the OGT.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Because now I don't think they can kill you. And that's it. Yep, that's it.
Yep. 3 to don't flash if you game again. means at this
Yeah, the
time.
extra one didn't quite matter, but yeah,
Yep.
okay. So
Yeah.
although not getting as good of a hand, having mana issues game one, it looks like Sonic is able to put in work, and the mono green creatures are just too big.
Pizza people, are you enjoying the content? Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit that bell icon as well. That way, anytime any of our new content comes out, you're able to see it right away. Hey, leave a comment down below as well. Tell us what you're going to play in the next event, or tell us what you're enjoying about the video. Don't forget, check out the description too. We've got tons of great content down below. And on top of that, we're going to have our tournament schedule too. So get in on it. Hope to see you.
And there's so many cards, and Explorer's a cool format for that. There's so many times when
Mhm.
people played something, I'm like, wait, that's legal here? You know, it's like a Lucky
Yeah,
Clover
yeah,
drop. It's like, what? Get out of here. No
yeah,
way.
yeah. It just allows more archetypes
Yeah,
and just
it's really cool. Yeah. No, I
yeah.
dig it. And with that, though, we are actually getting ready for the finals. This is,
Looks like we're ready to go.
oh, yeah, we're doing it. So this is Sonic piloting Mono Green that we just saw
hmm
going up
And then
against.
Gildeone, and honestly, some sick sleeves there.
That's true. Yeah, I gotta say, the neon
Those
pink, that's an aggressive choice,
sleeves
and I'm
are
here for it.
sick.
Yeah, I approve, absolutely.
Was that a Kamigawa thing, or like how did you obtain
Yes.
those?
Yeah,
Okay,
that must have
okay.
been. I'm trying to remember when those. I feel like they were a daily deal for a while, but I feel like they might have. I don't believe they were part of the Mastery Pass, but they were. So they were released with Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, as you'd imagine. Um,
Sick.
but yeah, no, I don't remember exactly when those showed up. I think they were a daily deal for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing on turn two for Gildeone. Okay, looks like yeah. No, they don't want to waste the iteration and have to exile something for no reason.
Right.
Show cards. A good setup for Sonic here. I mean, maybe they play around counters, but they don't. Okay, they technically played around Jawari there, but
Right. Here comes the iteration.
ooh,
Holy cow! Those are I mean, three of the biggest bombs you could ask for in this
oh my
deck,
god, bro.
and
So
unfortunately, no
actually,
lands.
yeah, that actually kind of sucks. But I guess they already had a gold span and or no, did they put the gold span in their hand? Okay,
No, they put the
so
opus. They had a magma opus in their opening hand, but had to give it away to the mulligan because they
oh
mulliganed
okay.
down to 6. And then they just replaced it right there.
Well, now you're looking at just getting blown out.
I mean,
Now you have to Valorous Stance the Oddity, and maybe you discard the opus for a treasure,
yeah,
and that allows you to hold priority. But like, you're kind of in a bad spot now.
right. Yeah, Sonic is definitely doing the work. I mean, here I am just looking at
Yeah,
Gildeone's hand and just being really impressed at like all the haymakers that they have. However, they don't have that early interaction we were talking about.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty darn
Yeah, we're
important when you're
not.
going up against aggro. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're not worrying about the Jawari. We're not worrying about, and I mean, now it's what is that, turn 4, turn 5? You're down to 5 now,
Yeah, that's a
and
problem.
you haven't played a permanent yet. Think about that. That's tough.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
rough.
yeah, you can
Absolutely.
play the gold spin or okay, you can do the Hinata, but you don't have that extra mana for the Opus.
Yeah.
So
So Hinata
animate
hurts
and
them if they have a
swing,
Blizzard Brawl.
that 3 mana Blizzard Brawl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But I mean, okay, but that's fine though. That's a blowout.
right.
Oh, so they leveled the other Ranger class. And then they tapped that Boseiju for mana, dropped the other. Now we're gonna get 2
Hmm.
counters. We might just be able to have lethal without having. Okay, yep.
Yep.
Gildeone scoots it up. So okay, we're gonna go to game 2. And mono green is just
Yeah, they came out swinging. No question about it. They did exactly. I mean, they executed the game plan perfectly. They wanted to apply early pressure and get under those threats, and they did.
exactly, bro.
Well, and it's funny. Like Expressive Iteration is a card that recently got banned in some older formats because of how powerful like it allowed those decks to be, or how consistent it allowed those decks to be.
Mhm.
But it's still legal in standard because it doesn't have quite the same threat level of cards that it's pulling up. And we
Still
saw
really
there,
good. Just
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, Gildeone there, or Gildeone, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. I hope I'm getting one of those right. They had they basically took turn 3 off to play
Yeah,
the expressive iteration.
yeah, and I think that's why it's like that's one of the reasons they left it in standard
Mm-hmm.
because it's a faster format with playing to the board. So they're like, all right, you know what? You're not going to play it on turn 2 because you're not going to miss out on a land.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to take your whole turn 3 just to make sure that you hit your land drop, then we can't say that it's that powerful.
Right. And it really, I mean, it doesn't
You
really
know?
feel that powerful in those kind of contexts because,
No, like,
yeah, what we saw is Sonic was able to just keep putting power on the board and just keep going for it. And
yeah,
by the time
yeah.
uh, Gildeone there, I'm gonna just pronounce it differently every time. One of them will be right. When they once they finally had a creature on board, it was just way too late. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think ideally on your turn 3 there, you're looking at getting Fable. I think that's the only way for turn 3 they could have had a creature on board, which
Oh, that would have been huge. Yeah.
it gives you a chance at least, buys you a little bit more time before you slam the Hinata or the Gold Span.
Right.
Um, okay, so a make disappear in hand, that's a little bit better. You mess
Yep.
up the tempo a little bit. That puts you in a little bit better of a spot. You're also on the play, obviously, so that makes life easier.
Absolutely. That definitely helps.
But nothing on turn 3 now. I mean, yeah, it's Spike Field. I don't think that does anything though.
Ascended Pack Leader is the only thing it hits in Sonic's
And
deck.
and how about this? Okay, well they played Werewolf. Okay, but don't you think maybe you'd want to play the white mana there in case they drop an old growth troll because then you can Valorous Stance it?
Ooh, I think yeah, you're right. That was a missed opportunity. They were not punished for it, but
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. That
but I
was
guess maybe at the same time they might be thinking I'm on the play. I get to save this stance for my gold span.
true. Yeah.
That might be the logic, especially after you countered the first creature. Your life total, oh, okay, and now you get to just do it.
Yep.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Do they have protection?
Let's see.
There's like 2
Looks like maybe.
safekeepings, dude. Do it.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
snakeskin. Let's
the old
go.
snakeskin
Okay.
veil.
Okay. And it's a
Yep.
5/5 now, too. So now you really gotta. Okay, so you're gonna jam a gold span here. And
Yep.
can you attack?
I mean, can you afford not to? Is the other question. I mean,
Yeah, well, that's a
you got to
thing.
do
Yeah, you
something.
have to start. Okay, because I mean, technically, you play the next gold span. That's actually a 2-turn clock.
Right.
Well, okay, this is a clock. That's a
Speaking of
clock.
clocks, yeah. Yeah, the Uvu Maldada coming down for Sonic. That definitely sets a clock. And on top of that, like,
And why don't you draw a card too? How about that?
why not? Yeah.
He's like Ben Stiller in Dodgeball. Well, isn't that convenient for you and the clock?
Exactly.
This is rough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't resolve an opus. Oh, now you can. Now you can.
Yeah. Where's that
Does
upkeep
Sonic
stop?
have another snake skin? Oh my god, bro.
Right? No, another snakeskin or a Tameo safekeeping would
It would just
be pretty rough.
that would be GG's basically.
Yeah, it would.
So pre-combat, we're just gonna. How are they doing this? Oh, they're gonna tap those permanents. Oh no, they're gonna do
This is
one
the damage.
face, one.
Or
face,
no, they're gonna tap.
3.
They're gonna kill the werewolf pack leader, tap
the
down
other
OGT
2.
and the oddity. I think, and put one face. Yeah, and then they're also gonna put a 4/4 on board and draw 2 cards. So.
And there's priority, but priority might just be from the werewolf pack leader having the mana ability. I'm not sure.
Oh, it could be. Yeah.
But if they have a snakeskin, that's good game.
Right.
Because it could put a counter on oddity, or a counter on troll, or even if you just Tameo the troll and swing, that would be a good game. Inscription. So what happens here?
Inscription putting 2 counters on the werewolf pack leader.
Oh, so now it doesn't
die, and it's now 5/5.
Oh,
now there's the 4/4 blocker to contend with.
And they drew a
flame blast bolt. Holy cow!
Oh man, that's crazy. Okay, and then you have a gold span and you swing, and that's lethal. Bro.
Holy cow!
Bro, what the fuck?
This game was nuts.
That was a hell of a game, dude. That opus. Oh man, what a card! The hard
huge
opus.
Hardcast and Opus. Man, turns out the ramp that you get on Goldspan Dragon, pretty darn good. My goodness.
That's
Yeah, that was all
insane,
over the
dude.
place. You'll love to see it.
That is so ridiculous.
And that was just game 2, and with that, we get a game 3
Oh man,
here
I
in the
wouldn't have it any
finals.
other way. Finals game 3. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Jeskai deck proving that they too can be aggro.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, oh,
I
you're
love
not
it.
the only one turning creatures sideways here,
I
friend.
love it, man. Like, do you think? I mean, Sonic was gonna swing all out anyway, but like, imagine just thinking, okay, they only have one gold span out, and then you see the other one hit, and you're like, all right, well, that'll
Right?
do it.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess maybe we'll see how good of a hand Sonic had then.
That's a pretty good start.
Not able to. That's a great start.
Yeah.
Getting around Valorous stance, you love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a peek at Sonic's hand while we're doing
Absolutely.
this.
All right, so we've got the Magma Opuses. That one of those could become a treasure here. The chance of actually having to cast 2 Magma Opuses in one game is pretty low, but Gildeone is gonna go for it. Gonna hang on to it. Play out the land. Playing out the land instead of the expressive. Interesting. Bluffing a counterspell. Bluffing counterspell notably does not have white mana up, so the Valor stance is off the table for the moment.
Yeah.
Now there's the Needle Verge pathway, which can come down as the Pillar Verge pathway, which, if I recall correctly, is white.
White source.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds right. Maybe they're just waiting. Hang on. I'm gonna switch back over.
Or they could Magma Opus, create the treasure, and
get
then
your
use those.
treasure, and
Yeah.
then there's your protection if you need it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that Sonic has a great hand.
Okay.
So there's that.
Good to know.
Yes. So
Gildeone's hand's looking okay. The expressive iterations are looking a little out of place right now, but aside from that, things are going okay for him. Now they are looking to take at least 5 damage here. Let's see what happens.
So I know that there's a Froghemoth and a okay.
Yeah, that's a thing. All right.
So we have the stance on the gold span. Okay, and I think that's fine because the pack leader also gets indestructible.
Yep.
So
yeah, so they're just gonna smash into each other, and that's that.
Yeah. Oh, and then they get another. Okay, so Voltage Surge can now be used as a 4 damage spell,
which can deal with that Uvenwald oddity
that I was telling you they had.
Yep.
So there's that, and
let that sucker resolve and blast it. Yep. Absolutely.
But it is 6 damage, and he's gonna have to sacrifice the artifact, which is gonna cut him off for next turn. Looking at not being able to do the Opus.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but
at
the same time, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Now Sonic will draw a card, so it kind of puts Sonic in a better position here. Yeah, you had to give up your oddity, but I'll tell you that Sonic also has a Froghemoth in hand.
Oh my goodness!
We're looking at lethal next turn, possibly. I mean, Voltage Surge is good.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
It's really good. Another land, sure. Why not? Another, and then, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think you swing. Oh, okay. Well, no. you need a treasure, so you do have to swing.
Yeah. Well, you could have targeted the Goldspan Dragon with a Spike Field as well. It's a little...
True.
I mean, that's playing a
little five head action, you know.
But, yeah. Getting a little saucy, but, yeah.
Is he thinking about doing it now? They want to do it now.
Just get rid of that. Get rid of that pack leader. Okay.
I hope. Okay, they're gonna Spike Field it. No, they're gonna. Oh.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty. So if they take that Fable and put it onto the battlefield, that could be a bad situation for them if they tap out.
They don't. They already hit the land drop.
They can't play the land.
Yeah.
But
they're not going to show the Fable. Yeah.
So now Voltage only does 2 damage.
Correct.
That was a little bit of a punt. But wait, they could have done Voltage for 2 and then Spike Field the pack leader because you can make 2 red mana. I think they
True.
might look to do that on Sonic's turn.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you can get rid of it, but then there's your Froghemoth, and now this is a bad spot because you can't do 4 damage to that Froghemoth.
Right.
Snakeskin? I think he has a snakeskin.
Oh no.
I think they have it. Or no, or something else. Or just untapping for mana in general, or okay. Maybe another something else to play then?
Yeah, but if there's an inscription, if there's a snakeskin, that's game.
Okay.
If it's not in this situation.
And so how does that work? They get to gain a life if they take non-creature spells, which there's a lot of those to take.
There are a lot of those, yeah.
Okay, so no counters on the Froghemoth, but Dragon's Fire is pretty solid there.
Yeah, that's a good piece of removal for what's going on here.
I think I would swing. Yeah, I think I would drop the other gold span maybe first.
Sure.
8. Okay. A little painful here, notably that there's no lair on the field for Sonic.
Oh my goodness, that would be huge right now. Yeah.
That would be,
Ooh, that Master's Rebuke's pretty good though.
Yeah, that's why they untapped it. I figured they had something like that.
Yeah.
So does the Master's Rebuke that fizzles now, doesn't it?
I believe it's
the troll can't deal the damage, so that just fizzles.
Correct.
Yeah,
that's pretty nice.
But they can only swing with 1, I believe.
Right.
They don't swing with
just
either.
keep both back in case of hasty threats, like another Froghemoth or an Oddity. That's probably smart.
Oh, and Pack Leader can get trample.
True. That is, yeah.
There it is.
Oh no.
There it is. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Oh man.
Yeah, so now the Pack Leader can buff itself up, give it trample, and that's GG's.
Wow.
My goodness.
Well played.
Absolutely.
That's a good way to make it work without having the protection spell, but still using the spells appropriately to make it all, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. No, Sonic got just every ounce of value out of every card. And I say Gildeone did too. Like both players did a great job of timing their spells to get the best value.
Looking like Standard's pretty wide open again, right? Normally you'd expect Hinata to take it down, but it looks like the old classic mono green coming back. Congratulations to Sonic for taking down the event with mono green. Big shoutouts as well to Numbskull and HamHawks42 for the phenomenal commentary on the top 8. And thanks to you, the viewer, for making it this far into the video. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button and the bell notification. Leave a like on the video and comment down below. All would be greatly appreciated. And I hope that you stay cheesy.